Hey guys, it's Jonathan over at American Off-Road. I want to talk about this Gladiator that we put together. We've did it in a couple stages, so we've pretty much got it wrapped up. The only thing next for him is, V8 tons, all that stuff. But I want to talk about what we've done so far. So this is 2020 Gladiator Rubicon, pretty much as you'd buy it off the floor, with the exception of we've done a lot of Motobilt add-ons to this thing. We also did coilover conversion on this, but it still has factory axles in there. We also did Metalcloak long arm on this, but this thing is pretty awesome in its current configuration. So he's running 39-inch BFGs, and to make this work well, got high clearance Motobilt fenders in here with their matching inner fender liners, and then we've got their coil tower. These are RPM steering coil buckets that we put in here to accommodate these custom-made Radflo Coilovers. We had these built because if you look online, there's really not too many kits out there that you can buy off the shelf and put coilovers front and back on a Gladiator. They're becoming, but at the time we put this together really well. So this is a front end kit we put together using some RPM brackets. We got Radflo Coilovers and their bump stops. We coupled that with an Antirock sway bar in the front, so he doesn't have to worry about the electronic sway bar factory, which I want to say he broke anyway, so just took that out of the way. So that's pretty nice front end setup on here. And then we got the Metalcloak long arm on this, and that makes sure that when this thing's moving up and down, the axle stays pretty straight. It maintains the geometry throughout that range of motion, so there's no axle back and causing some weird steering characteristics or anything like that. Then we've got the Metalcloak's HD steering on here, so everything's real nice and tight, reinforced. We've got the reinforced track bar bracket. We've got a reinforced Pitman arm brace under here. So it's really good setup for it. So we move around towards the back. This is where we spend a lot of time. And this is Motobilt's Bob bed kit. Now, if you're not familiar with the Gladiator, their factory bed sticks out about another 12 inches or so from here. And so this shortens that up so that you have better departure angles when you're rock crawling. So this back corner is not dragging on your obstacles and hitting stuff when you're going off-road, trying to rock crawl and do stuff like that. So this is a huge improvement clearance. Not to mention this thing looks fantastic. And then a lot of this other stuff are optional upgrades that you can add on to the bed. But it comes with a basic bed kit, comes with the fenders with it, tailgate, the light cutouts, lights, license plates, the bumpers part of it. That all comes with the standard bed kit. And then you can add on these upper rails, which have side light accommodations, poly panels, spare tire bracket that's up here. If you don't want the spare tire bracket, you could they make a shelf, like a basket that you can put up there instead. So you got options with this. They also have the inner fender liners kind of clean up in here because the fuel tank, there's no more fuel filler, on the side of the bed anymore. So it's up here on top. So you get the fender liners in here to clean up all that so it looks nice and clean in there. Pretty cool setup altogether. And we put a molly panel on the inside so we can strap in any accessories like high lift jacks or roto packs, recovery gear, shovels, axes, whatever kind of stuff you want to put on this thing. You've got molly panels, you can put whatever you want on this. Pretty nice. And if you come around the back, this is his bike carrier we got back here, so I don't really want to worry too much about that, but he's a big avid mountain biker, so this obviously works really well for him. But some of the stuff that they incorporate in this bed kit is they make sure you still retain the backup camera. It just gets relocated because it was in the bed, so now it's down here on the bumper. You've got your third brake light right here, so you're all DOT compliant. License plates right here, nice and recessed. It's really cool, neat look to this. You got your tail lights in here, and then they give you these auxiliary backup lights in this lower compartment. So this upper section gives you your brake light, your running light, turn signal, and this is your backup light. You get this additional light that you can wire into a backup light, or you can have it put on a switch, whatever you want. You got options. So this tailgate is actually really solid. You got these really nice latches on here that pop open real easy. This thing is super sturdy, and you got these reinforcements here to hold this, and you could stand on this if you want to. It'll hold very nice, very clean. You got your interior bracing going on here to make sure this is all super solid. So whack this against a rock, it's not going to just cave in on you. And I also want to showcase, we put his onboard air system controls right here. So up underneath this, we mounted a twin ARB compressor. So you got this control right here. You got your air fitting to be able to hook up your air hose, air up your tires, air up your inflatables at the beach, whatever you want to do with it. So nice and easy. access for that right there, and it's tucked it out of the way. So super cool. This hitch stick, by the way, is also an add-on. So if you want to be able to tow a trailer or hook up your bike rack, you can still do that. And they maintaining the departure angle that you're trying to get with this, they tuck it way underneath there, so it's out of the way. You're not going to drag it on rocks and undo the clearance gain that you get from by doing all this in the first place. So really cool setup on this. So I want to talk about the rear on this. We did coilovers in the front, coilovers in the rear. Now we had these custom made by Radflo to bolt into the factory locations where the factory shocks and all that stuff go. So these are kind of a one-off deal, and it works really well because you don't have to worry about any additional bracketry, no weird modifications. It just goes right in there, nice and easy. We got Fox IFP bump stops in the rear, so that way if he slams this thing up, that thing's taking the hit. Put an Antirock in the back here as well, so that way he doesn't have to worry about the fact that the sway bar, which normally mounted down low on the axle, really kind of hangs down and gets caught on things. So that's out of the way. We got the Metalcloak long arm back here, so that way the rear axle doesn't have that pinion dive, a lot of groove. So this thing is super flexy. I think I mentioned that these are 12-inch coilovers front and back as well. So he's got a lot of travel on this thing. We had to modify his mount for his Rockslide engineering, so that way this back section was still reinforced. We made these brackets to tie this into the body panels back here, but even if he hits this back edge, it's not going to flex this thing up and move around. So it's still really solid. So we maintained all that. To go along with everything else, we've got JE Reel front and rear drive lines. It's also got Motobilt skid plates all the way under this thing. So this is a pretty awesome setup, pretty much front to back. And we're really proud of this one. We want to build more of these. So if you've got a Gladiator and you want something like this, make sure you come hit us up and we can see what we can do for you.